What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Patrick of Otherwise. I'm here, rock and roll ambassador for Kilpop, with none other than Tommy Vext of Bad Wolves.
How do you do?
What's up, brother?
Good to see you again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations on all your success.
Thanks, thank you.
The first record, and you guys' touring and domination.
A lot of touring.
Yeah.
It's good though.
It's kind of what you have to do, right?
That's what we get to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've been in bands for years, man. Like I've been playing music for 20 years or something like that. So, you know, we're very grateful and eager and anxious at the opportunities that get thrown at us, and we're like, we'll take it.
Yeah.
You know.
So with that being said, what are some key habits that you've developed over the years that keep your feet on the ground and keep you focused with the crazy scheduling?
I mean, it's really important to like stay healthy. On the summer tours, I own an Olympic gym, and so that comes out on the road, and I spend about 3 days a week using that, which the crew guys hate because they have to assemble it every day, and there's like lugging 400 pounds of weight around. They're like, oh. Yeah. So and then when it's like like in Vegas or in Arizona or LA where it's too hot, in Texas, I'll just like get passes and go to a gym, and usually like the people at the gyms are always really cool because usually Zombie has been on the playlist there, and they're like, oh, you're the dude, and I just like wind up bartering concert tickets for free gym passes. Doesn't always work, but yeah. It's a nice trade.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So you are, I guess you could say, under the tutelage or one of the grand students of the almighty Zoltan Bathroy?
Yeah, you could say that. Me and Zo have been friends for a long time, actually. I think I do believe I was at the show that Fivefinger got their first record deal at in LA in, I think, 2007, I want to say, or maybe it was 2008. But yeah, you know, me and Zo go back, way back, and, you know, obviously, like, I'm very close with that camp. I'm tight with Ivan and Chris and Jason and Jeremy, who's no longer in the band. So it's been great, you know. Zo manages us and brought us to 10th Street Management, and kind of was the guy behind the scenes that has led to a lot of bands getting signed as of recently. So,
what are some words of wisdom that have really stuck with you that Zo's, you know, shared with you?
Don't punch anybody. Like, basically. That's him, yeah. He's like, you can't be Suge Knight. You know, he's like, I have a bad habit of like hanging people out hotel balconies and stuff like that. I got a really bad temper. Everyone's like, Tommy Vext is so nice. I'm like, well, you know, only on my good days, you know. No, I'm just kidding. I love Zo. He's really like, he really has shown me what it's like to have to, like what this job entails if you want to take it to the next level. Because I've been in so many bands, and it's always feels like in previous works there was like a glass ceiling, and that you can only get to a certain level. And I think Zoltan, the way that he thinks as an artist, as a businessman, and just as a person on a spiritual level, he's always thinking about how can we take it to the next level. He's like, we both have an unsatisfiable mind. And I think that's really why we click, because he kind of is, he's like my big brother, and he kind of is like, this is where we go, you know?
Yeah.
So it's cool.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, man.
So your new single, the new song you guys dropped, I'll Be There?
Yeah, I'll Be There. We did a new one too called Killing Me Slowly.
Yeah.
And that came out last week.
Mm-hmm.
We were like at number 2 on iTunes, but then Tool dropped a record, and we're like,
that's a little tough.
And I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, so I love I'll Be There. That's awesome, man. Do you mind me asking, you know, who are you, if it is someone specific, are you pointing the finger at someone, like letting them know, like are those lyrics to someone specific?
I feel like those lyrics are like representative of my commitment to our audience. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's just like in the verses it talks about a lot of, it's just like, it's more like a hip hop, like almost sugary kind of influence vibe. And it's just backstory. It's just like personal backstory. And it's a kind of talking about not giving up. And that sometimes in my life, I have been many times the person that other people have to rely on to carry them. And in my life, I've been carried by other people. And so for me, the message is like, it's basically me saying that I'm not going anywhere. Like, it's like in Wolf of Wall Street, where he's like, I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving, you know? And that's just how it is, you know.
Yeah, keep swinging, keep rocking.
And it's to other artists too. Like we're in the process of, and have been in the process of helping other artists get signed, and kind of continuing what Five Finger has done for us, and reach our hands to find the next band that's going to be like the thing, and
beautiful,
and then insert them into the into the family. So,
right on.
Yeah.
So you guys announced that you have a new record that'll be dropping in November, I believe.
It's October 25th. Yeah,
Nation.
Yeah. It's called Nation. Bad Wolves Nation. Yeah.
What can we expect to hear on this record?
I mean, it's like, what do people always say? They're like, oh, it's going to be like the last record, except the melodic songs are going to be more melodic and the heavier songs are going to be heavier.
Yeah.
It's just a more focused, direct version of what we stumbled upon on the first record. I think, Bad Wolves started out as a side project of a bunch of guys from multiple bands. It was just fun. And we like stumbled on developing this sound, and there was a lot of like different personalities, and there's like guys who were leaders of all their previous bands and trying to figure out who's the quarterback and who's all everyone's positions.
Yeah.
And I think going into the new record, we had an experience of what works live with our fans, what people are responding to. And also just kind of like really having focused songwriting and sitting and being like, this is what we want to accomplish with this song, and this is where it's going to go in the album, and then just doing it.
Yeah, super excited for that.
Yeah,
looking forward to hear it. All right, so last question. Top 3 musical influences in your life?
Like currently, or like from the beginning?
From the beginning.
Oh man.
I mean, if you got currently also, you want to throw 6 at me? From the beginning, or 3, and then currently?
Oh man, it's such a hard question because there's so many. But I mean, obviously, like Pantera, like changed my life. I don't want to date myself, but I've seen Pantera quite a few times. It's like it was life changing. Anybody who's like people don't know. If you've never seen Pantera, like you don't even know. It's like it was a thing. There were no cell phones, and it was like a whole different vibe, and like it's just like I feel like very privileged that I went to those shows as a kid and got to have that experience and got that impact, and that kind of direction and sense of belonging. And I think other bands that were a huge influence are, I think Deftones, I really love because I like how they're a genre-less band. I think Pantera defined heavy metal. They like really were like, this is what heavy metal is.
Right.
And then forever, everyone, including us, have been like some version of the blueprint that they created.
Right.
I think Deftones are a band that have no genre. From record to record, they inexplicably sound like the Deftones. They're not. You don't know if they're a rock band. You don't know if they're a metal band. You don't know if they're like a rap metal band or experimental band. Like there's no. They are like a Faith No More, and I love that band too. But I'm more of a Deftones fan actually.
Gotcha.
And then the third band, man, that's tough. I don't know.
What about on the other side of things? Like, what was one of the on the rap side? Was it like Tupac? Was it Biggie?
No, Biggie Smalls. I grew up in Brooklyn.
That's
we
right.
didn't. We don't. Tupac is cute, and he's like a handsome dude, but he's not a good lyricist, and his flow is like all right. And he had good principles and concepts, but he wasn't fire like that. And it's like he's way overhyped. Like I'm like that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Like it's cool. And Biggie Smalls was like a lazy eye, was fat and ugly, and he was the dopest MC of his era, of the golden era. And like his ability to tell stories is like what he kind of took from like the Rakim days and the old school, the old school hip hop. He elaborated and kind of changed the way storytelling and poetry was done through hip hop, which later became the blueprint, which made Eminem like one of the greatest storytellers of all time in hip hop. So I think Biggie Smalls, Busta Rhymes is like. I mean, it's like anybody who tries to go up against Busta Rhymes, it's just like incomprehensible demoralization. There's like absolutely nobody who could touch him as far as technicality. He's literally like the Yngwie Malmsteen of hip hop.
That's a good comparison.
You know what I mean? And then I don't know.
Fast forward to today.
Today?
Some new artists you want to give shouts out to.
Who's new that I want to give a shout out to?
You got respect for.
There's a new band that actually Zoltan. They're not new actually, but they're on our label now. They're called Fire from the Gods, and we'll be going out on tour with them. It'll be Fire from the Gods, Bad Wolves, 3 Days Grace, Fivefingerdeathpunch US tour starting in Vegas November 1st, 2 days at the Joint, and then we're gonna go do the whole country. Another band is called Islander, and they've been around for a while, and they are also on our label. And so I might have had a little something to do with them getting on the label and doing. I'm a huge fan of that band, and they're also they're a new band, but they have reminiscent influences of old school System of a Down, Deftones, and then it's kind of some there's reggae and hip hop mix, and it's just very eclectic and fresh sounding.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing with those guys.
Yeah. Oh, you guys toured together?
We've done some shows together.
Yeah, great guys. And then I don't know what else. Ginger. So there's a band. You know the band?
I haven't heard them yet.
So Ginger is this band from Ukraine. And they are, me and Zoltan discovered them when we were in Prague, 3 years ago or 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We both happened to be in Europe, and this chick literally sounds like Randy from Lamb of God and Gwen Stefani had conceived a child in hell. It's crazy. And she's the greatest, she literally hands down right now, she's the greatest new vocalist of in the metal genre. There's literally nothing she can't do. Her pitch is impeccable.
Yeah.
And she's just not giving a fuck. She's just bringing it. So
Ginger, you heard it first.
There you go.
Tommy Vext. Last question. I did say it was last question, but one more. If you had advice for aspiring musicians, one piece of advice to give that somebody wants to do what you do, what would you tell them?
Don't quit before the miracle happens. You know what I mean? Sometimes this is the industry is very, you have to learn about rejection. It's almost harder than being an actor because most of us are just ugly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not you guys. Yeah. Otherwise, they're the handsome boys. But it literally is last man standing. It's like a Royal Rumble, and it took 20 years for me to have a platinum song. You know what I mean? And I've been in all different kinds of bands, punk to melodic death metal, hardcore bands, rock bands to whatever Bad Wolves is, which we try to be have our own sound and not sound too much like anything.
Yeah,
that's
doing a great job at that.
Thanks, man. So don't quit. If you're really about it, though, you won't be able to. You know what I mean? It's just you can't you can't take a pickle and turn it back into a cucumber. So if you got bit by the music bug, you're fucked. It's like being Spider-Man. It's too late.
Yeah, that's true. Well, thank you so much, guys. It's Kilpop, Tommy Vext of Bad Wolves. Rock and roll, baby.
Fuck yeah.